A big challenge for us this week, a rival game, and the thing we go on the road. And what's really key is that it's a really good football team. But what we're going to have to do is that we're going to have to tackle well. They're a big team. They're a big play team. They like to get the ball outside on the perimeter. Where Gabriel's done a great job of just finding the wide receivers and throwing the ball down the field. And they've been able to go up and just make plays. Very physical group of receivers. They go up in traffic and catch it, and they just flat out run you. And defensively, where they've done a great job is just putting pressure on teams. When they get teams down, they're able to just keep the pressure on them. And we got to be able to just block them on offense and just try to create some plays where we just get first downs. We get first downs and then just drive the football and just don't turn it over and give it back to them. But we are ready. Just come off the practice field. We know it's a short week for us, but it's all about us just getting our guys ready to go play.
Talk about the injury situation.
Well, we're still beat up some, but, like a lot of guys made it back, and we should just going in that game on Friday, some guys that we'll be without, but we should be okay with most of the guys that played the other night.
Obviously not going to a bowl, but this is one last opportunity for the seniors to win a game and against a rival.
Well, it's really tough because anytime you always have high expectations, which we'll always have here, and we expect to get to a bowl game each and every year, and it didn't happen this season. But the seniors have done a great job, and the one thing they've done is with their leadership ability, they've been able to just lead guys and play very well for us. When you look at what Wilcox has done, even with Atterbury and with Norman up front on the offensive line, our two running backs didn't play the last game, will not play this game. But both of those guys have played well for us. And on defense, you look at what Reeves and Kurt has really done for us. And then the three additions with Macon, Stud, and Slade, that has really helped us. But you just hate it for them because there was a whole goal is to get them to a bowl game.
Kronk and Sands will not be back?
Kronk and Sands will not play this game.
Why do you think the offense hasn't been able to come together this year? I know you all started at stuff like.
Well, it just starts at the beginning when you lose Blake, so you lose a quarterback that had a lot of experience and a guy that's played a lot for you. Then you insert Jordan, and who's done a good job for us. Redshirt freshman that has really done a good job for us. But it was more of being able just to establish the run game, and you can never make yourself one-dimensional. We got to be able to throw the ball. You look at the other night, we threw for 44 yards, which we got to be able to throw the ball better than that and get first downs. But you got to be balanced, and we never had a chance to be balanced. We were up and down with some of the games, but it's got to be consistent play, and it's more of where they got to have a grasp of the offense and just really understand it.
What do you think it just seems like you had what appeared to be a really good game against Cincinnati. Even though you lost the game, really good game. And then you come back and play. It's just, why does that happen?
Well, what was tough with that game, you're right. You played very well against Cincinnati. Then you come back the next week and you feel like, hey, we're going to go out here because we felt you had some momentum going in that game and you play very well. And then you bounce and you get the first drive. We get the first drive, we move the football even. And then we get a big turnover and get the ball back down there for them again. And we hit the field goal there. We got it with 10-7. And then we missed the field goal, which probably would have got us up 13-7. But it's more of we just got to stay on track and we just got to do what we do best. If we're running the football, continue to run the football. The throwing game is going to open up for you. But we just got to know that if you just want to sit back and throw it and we're not really good at protecting the quarterback and they put pressure on us, then you're going to end up with sacks and lost yardage plays.
Coach, what are your impressions of Phil and Gabriel?
Well, just to see the freshmen come in and play as well. I know they don't have McKenzie, but they were teammates. But just to see him come in and play as well as he's played, and what's really amazing to watch him is he makes the throws to the outsides. But the receivers, they go get the football. They go out there and they make some plays because you look what Davis can do on the outside. He goes up and makes those catches, and even with Nixon. They got guys that went outside, and then the running backs. They're good enough up front with with Anderson and Killian, where they're quick enough, where they spread you out. So you got to make sure that if your box is loaded, then they're going to try to win outside. But then if you take a guy out of the box and they're going to run the ball at you, and they're able to open up the seams, and those guys are fast enough where if they get to the second level and they get one-on-one on the safety, a lot of times they win because they're quick enough to make a guy miss and get the ball to the outside and just outrun people.
There's a lot of talk, obviously, about your situation. How are you handling that, and how's the team handling that?
Oh, I don't worry about that. I mean, I've been in a situation like this before. I mean, my team, they don't, I don't ever worry about that.
Could a win against your rival on the road salvage, something for this season? I mean, you're not going to a bowl game, but that could be quite the feather.
Well, it could be. I mean, you look at it, and you always it's a rival game, so it's you want to win that game, and it is on the road. But we're gonna have to play well. We're going into their place, and we're gonna have to play with a lot of confidence, and we're just gonna have to play. All three phases are gonna have to show up, and we just got to be consistent in how we play.
Is it almost kind of like for lack of a better term, your bowl game now? I mean.
Well, it's your last game, so you just got to look at it as a rival game. So let's go play and let's have fun. And we know that this is our seniors' last game, so we need to go play for them.
Jordan dinged up his thumb. Is he all right?
Jordan's fine, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Boyles leads you in tackles and tackles for loss. What can you say about the job he's done this year?
Well, Boyles has played very well, and he's a guy that we can play inside or outside, very athletic, can run, got speed, and the thing he can do also is you can put him in man coverage where he can, cover up guys. But when you look at Boyles, just so happy for the year that he's had because he is a guy that plays with a lot of energy, and each and every week he shows up to play.
About Andrew Mims, pressed into a starting role the last couple of weeks.
Well, Mims has, in the beginning there, early in the season, he was kind of banged up, but to come back and to be pressing and play as well as he played the other night. I think he had like 13 tackles, lettuce and tackles. And Mims, he plays within himself. He knows what his liabilities are, but he plays so hard. And if you play hard, then you're going to end up making plays.